Entertainment, Indiana State USBC, Big Four Sox, and Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl. You're going to bowl 3 games. After each game, you're going to skip 6 and bowl on the 7th. Please use the same letter all of the games. Now, pay close attention. Shh. Pay close attention. 25 and 26 are broke, so you don't count them in your skip. So if you end up counting, you skip them like they're not there. We have a new number system. We go from 24 to 27. The scorers should follow you because they have a great system and it works. My recap won't be right, but I'm going to correct it before we bring them down. Brackets and side pots are open until after practice is over. And once practice is over, you can use a dry towel only, no surface adjustments. At this time, I want to recognize some past champions that are bowling on this squad. We have Mr. TJ Schmidt, who won the 2017 Scratch Classic and then backed that up with the Masters. We have Trent Jarvis, who won the 2015 Indiana Scratch Classic. And we have Aaron McCormick, who won the 2004 Indiana Masters. So at this time, if I can get you to please stand, remove hats for
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Indiana Masters here inside Championship Lanes. We're in Anderson, Indiana. We're in the last squad of the night, and I got a special guest here with me, Dave Savage. Yes, Savage. It's the brother of Scott Savage, who kind of started our whole live streaming gig here. And Dave comes down from Elwood. Hey, we appreciate you dropping in for what we think should be an entertaining couple of hours, and we're going to find out who's going to make the top 48 and also the top 16 for this year's Indiana Masters Finals. And welcome to the broadcast booth. First time, long-time listener, first-time caller, right?
That's right, long time. Thanks for having me. Been watching all day from home, so just thought I'd come in and lend a hand. I knew you'd be a little winded.
Yeah, a little tired. I'm not really tired from talking, Dave. I'm really tired of bowling.
It's a grind, I can tell.
Yeah, it's kind of like beating your head up against a wall, you know, with no Advil or no ibuprofen.
Ooh.
Wasn't pretty.
That's tough.
They're hard out there, folks. They are really hard. And whoever wins this tournament is going to feel like they went to work for a few weeks and swinging a sledgehammer, because they are not only it's mentally tough.
Right. Right.
It's not so much physically tough; it's mentally, and every shot you have to be so precise with every shot you make. And when you're playing patterns that don't give you a whole lot left or right, and you're trying to hit a small little area, it can be tough. So
yeah, it's definitely a mental aspect to this game that a lot of people don't realize. Week in and week out, when they come out to the lanes, maybe do a little house shot here and there. They don't understand exactly what it takes to get their mentality right, because it is a grind. And as you know, as anybody, collegiate bowling helps, high school bowling helps, but man, these shots sometimes, they just get you.
Well, yeah, and and that's where you hone your skill. We all bowled competitively in college, and we didn't have a high school program when I was young. You had a club, sport, but you didn't really have high school bowling. And I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it go where it's gone. So far we're going to be in Fort Wayne next weekend for the high school state finals.
Right.
And you can watch that right here on Savage Bowling TV. And
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and it should be. It's always the kids put on a great show, and it's really exciting to see them get their first taste of competitive bowling, and a lot of pressure. Everybody wants to win a state title from that, especially in high school. And,
absolutely.
And then
bragging rights.
Yeah, and you move on to college. Some of them will, some of them won't, but.
Right.
We have a lot of really talented high school bowlers that are now bowling on the pro level. And,
absolutely. You got a couple of them, I think, that are going to try to bowl tomorrow in the PTQ for the U.S. Open. So there's one that actually I coached this year for Elwood High School, and he was in our conference, the White River Valley. One or two, I can't ever remember, sorry. We split since back in the day, but, if you haven't heard of the Russell last name, he's Caden Russell, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. Shot 300 this year in high school play. He's going to try the PTQ tomorrow. I wish him all the luck. Indiana bowling is actually thriving despite what else is going on. These high school players a lot of them are two-handed and whatnot, but hey, they get the job done, and they're working on their game a lot.
Well, we've all had conversations about the one-handed, two-handed, whatever. I look at it this way. If two-handed bowling keeps the sport going and it gets young kids interested and involved in the sport, it's a win.
Absolutely.
I mean, not everybody golfs the same way.
Right.
A lot of people do things differently, and if you ever watch like an older golfer, Jim Furyk, if you watch Matt Wolf, who's a really good young player, they all have weird quirks to their game that you would not teach if you're a traditional instructor of the game.
Right.
But I'll be honest with you. If my kids like to bowl. They're not into it competitively. They like it recreationally.
Right.
But if they wanted to say, hey, Dad, I want to bowl for my high school, I want to bowl college, I want to get better, I'm teaching them how to bowl two-handed.
Right.
I'm plain and simple.
Right. Well, you can see the advantages are pretty plain and simple. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we're good. I'm just fixing your mic a little bit. We want to hear you more.
Hey, I'm a rookie here, so any help is appreciated always.
Yeah,
So back to coaching. My squad, we had 4 right-handed two-handers come in, and I had 2 lefties. The lefties were one-handers, traditionalists. They had been in the sport a little bit longer. The two-handers came in and they kept up with the traditional guys, right, pretty much fresh right away. They had only been bowling for a year, whereas my other 2 guys, they had been bowling since they were 7, 8, maybe younger. I'm not saying good or bad,
right?
But I loved having them on my team, and I loved seeing them come out and have fun to grow the sport.
Right.
We all love the sport. We don't want to see it die. And if two-handed is the future, I'm on board.
Well, I look at it from this standpoint. I owe a lot to the sport of bowling. And it's not so much what I've won or what money I may have won. It's more about the friendships, the lifelong friendships that I've met through the course of my bowling days. And I think about what would my life be like if I didn't bowl. Who would I know?
Right.
Who would I speak to? Because a lot of my good friends a lot of them have, some don't, but majority have, hey, they bowled at one point in time. They might not bowl now, but they did.
Right.
And I tell you, the bowling community is great. Sometimes we can be our own worst enemy.
Sometimes, yes.
But it's a pretty tight-knit group of people. And, this is the Indiana Masters is one of my favorite events because it brings everyone from the state to one location.
Right.
And a lot of these people I don't get to see but once or twice a year, right? So, it means a lot to me from that standpoint. And, I'm fortunate enough to have some success here. I got a banner out there for the Scratch Classic. And, I think that, when you think about it, that's what these people are here for.
Yeah.
They want it's not so much, I always tell people, it's not about the money.
Right.
It's about the recognition and the accomplishment.
Right, because you're bowling your peers, your local peers.
Right.
I mean, of course, at some point growing up bowling, your goal typically is to get on tour.
Right.
To bowl with the best in the world.
Yeah.
But, that doesn't work for all of us. So I'd say maybe the next best step would be to get on this local state tour, type tour, and show your peers that you're there, you can hang. And I think Zach touched on it earlier today. There's some really, really good talent in the state of Indiana that don't have a tour card. And it's amazing. Maybe just one factor or another, they just didn't get their card. But they're a heck of a bowler, and you get to see them here because maybe they have the time to come on the weekend and get it done, which to each their own. That's not a bad thing.
Right.
The other thing is, I did notice on tour, the Players Championship had the regions. Indiana showed really well in the Midwest region. 4 in the top 10 were from Indiana.
Yeah.
If you don't include the Big Nasty.
Right, which he now resides in Fort Wayne, yeah.
Okay, so we're doing pretty well in this sport, and I like to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Zach Weidman had a good showing. Ronnie Russell was in the top 5 for probably, 90% of the tournament, and then fell out late. Kevin McCune and Eugene McCune both bowled well. Eugene is actually bowling this squad right now.
Right.
Kevin is not because he's committed to the U.S. Open PTQ tomorrow. And Kevin are actually our defending champion of this tournament.
Right.
See, I know it hurt him. It bothered him not to bowl again, but he understood.
I wasn't sure if he had enough points to get the U.S. Open nod or how that worked. But yeah, I'm sure he's a little bit disappointed that he couldn't come and retain maybe his title. But I'm sure, the tour is an awesome thing. So if that's his dream, I wish him the best of luck to go realize that.
Hey, Dave, as a family man, when you're young,
yes,
and you have no ties to children,
yes,
or a wife,
go get it.
Go get it.
Yep, go get it done.
And this kid is uber talented.
Yes, he is. I've been watching from afar, but yes.
I said it last year. I said this kid is going to make some noise. I said the same thing about Bailey Maverick in the Scratch Classic last year. I said, look out for this kid. His future is bright, and, man, he made me look good because he makes the show for the region, for the Players' Championship. And I will say this. I love the Players' Championship format.
Man, it's awesome.
Because one thing for me, it brings all these new faces on TV.
Right.
It's great.
It is great.
That's what the PBA needs.
Fresh. Yes.
Nothing wrong with some of these guys that have bowled for a long time, but man,
true.
It is great to see
Get a little
some young kids in there.
Youth interjection in there. I mean, that
absolutely
shows the sport isn't something that is going away.
Yeah. Well, you had Bailey Maverick in there, who's I think 23. You had Cortez Shank from Arizona, who's 22.
Right.
It really was the biggest threat to Belmonte in his region on the show. So, yeah, I mean, it's Wesley Lowe, who didn't perform the way he wanted. Matt Russo, Rookie of the Year. There's a lot of good young faces on.
Wait, is that Wesley Lowe, former Lafayette?
Ebonite Lafayette Open, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the funny thing is you see, like, Kyle Sherman bowling Kyle Sherman won the Ebonite Lafayette Open. I'm telling you, there was a lot of good players that won that tournament, Chad.
Wesley Lowe, when he won the Lafayette Open, that was his first adult tournament win.
Was it really?
Yeah, I remember him saying that in the interview.
I remember being there. That was pretty awesome.
Other things, E.J. Tackett's won it.
Right.
You have a kid that you're going to hear a little bit more about, two-hander from South Carolina originally, but Brian Halen has been bowling his regional area, been bowling well.
Okay.
Be on the lookout for that name. He's now starting to bowl more tour stops, or is planning on it. He actually bowled in the Southwest region, I think. I think that's the one he bowled in. And
so Texas.
Well, I don't know where he's living at now, but I was thinking it was South or Southwest, and he actually bowled real well.
Okay.
So it's cool to go back and look at the list of winners of the Lafayette Open.
Oh, man.
And there's some big names.
There are some.
I mean, it's Eugene McCune's a winner. And I was,
Did Ronnie get that?
Ronnie made a TV show.
TV.
It was the year that Dole won it, I think.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So a fond memory for me, obviously, Scott, and you guys living in Lafayette. I could come up, bowl the Lafayette Open, spend the night with my brother, kick back. That's the best, like we said, making those friendships.
Yeah.
Best part of this. Really.
Yeah, and it's just.
I mean, competitors on the lane, of course.
Well, we used to do an actual TV show.
Right.
Which was really cool.
Yeah. It was cool.
And it's interesting. I remember, Scott. Actually, this with the Lafayette Open, Chad, he said, "Hey, I've got some." You had I
had the live streaming regular webcam.
You had webcams.
I had to start up to do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll do that for you, and then it just kind of blossomed into
then,
what we have today.
That's
and
awesome.
Then Scott said he talked to the high school board because they had a TV show and they just didn't like it because it was expensive for one, and they liked it, but it was expensive, and it wasn't. Nobody really got to see the show.
Right.
It was tape delayed, and it took a long time.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that's right. That was one of the first years.
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Here.
Yeah. So Scott talked to Scott Devers, who was the president of Indiana High School Bowling.
Right.
And he said, and actually it might have been Steve Kunkel that he talked to,
It
the
was
former.
Steve, yeah.
And he said, hey, let's, we could put something on for you if you want to do it on the internet. And of course, our first year was kind of rough, and then Scott was like, hey, let's do it right,
Yeah.
right? So we wasted a whole bunch of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Bought a board.
And then voila. And then,
Got rid of the webcams because we did the very first show. What was 2015 here?
Yeah.
And we had those little webcams. It worked out okay. It wasn't the best, but then the very next year.
Well, I remember running
what was
the camera show high school at Arrowhead?
That was at Arrowhead.
You were a camera operator, and that
Yeah.
was one of the first shows that we had this current setup.
That was awesome.
So with this controller we have and everything.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Well, it was just kind of interesting how it starts and then how it. We know one thing is you can waste a lot of money on this.
Oh,
Sure
yeah.
can.
It is not a cheap startup.
Yeah.
But one thing, it's like Mike Albee always says, Mike knows a lot of people.
Right.
And he goes to all the big bowling expos and all these things, and he says, listen, guys, the state of Indiana is one of the best states when it comes to supporting bowling and broadcasting it and so forth. So we're proud that we're a part of that, and we're really thankful for the Indiana State USBC to really
Absolutely
make the plunge to say, hey, we want you at all of our events. And it's been a great partnership, and again, we're,
Absolutely.
we might be here for 15 hours, but it's worth it. We enjoy it, so.
Yeah, the amount of views that we've generated for the state of Indiana that was mentioned at the Hall of Fame banquet was almost 200,000 views in the last, 3 years or something like that.
That's awesome.
And they're pretty proud of that.
That's a good.
And we're proud to, to help them out and bring this and showcase Indiana.
Of course.
All right, we'll just figure out who's where, and we got double screens going. Scott Schmall on lanes 9 and 10, and the blue shirt here on the right lane. Scott from the northwest region of the state. He hangs around with a guy named John Verbich, who's won this tournament before, and I think all the way back in 2014. We give them a hard time because they're like a married couple. But anyway, he comes in high there, but kind of give you an idea who we got on our TV pairs. We got 5 and 6 going. We've got 9 and 10, and I believe 15 and 16, right? So all I know is these guys are in for a grind. If you can't grind as a player, and grinding, yeah, where you're not going to strike every frame.
No, you spares are a premium.
You better make the ones that are all close together. Actually, Chad, we could be in trouble because I'm just now looking that it looks like, is that Shannon underneath the rack on 15?
That is right.
So our TV.
Let's get off that pair. We don't need to watch them.
Yeah, that pair is down right now. I think Aaron McCormick, a former winner of this tournament in Lafayette's on that pair. Now we got Miss Championship Lanes Cammie Devine here on.
Social media director.
Yes, for Fun Time Centers, right?
Yes.
And we also have Angie Collop's son on this pair, Charlie.
Did I see Brady around here?
Brady was here. He was sanding some stuff for Charlie, ball repping.
He still might be here.
Got a lot of Purdue bowlers right here in this area. Carson Opella, Trevor Perov, and Charlie Collop.
Boiler up.
Yeah, can't hurt there. You
Yeah.
were a Ball State guy,
Hey,
right?
chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp.
Weren't you a Ball State guy? Hey, what's going on with their football and basketball
Man, I'm
program?
not sure what's going on over
You're
there.
coaching. Why don't you step up to the plate?
Hey,
Make them big
I'll
bucks.
take that. I'll take that all day, every day. Honey, if you're listening,
Yeah. I am available.
I love you.
Scott Schmall with the strike.
You look pretty good.
Yeah. Sent a messenger flying across.
If I remember right, Scott made a deep run in this tournament last year. I want to say he got down to the final 8 at least.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
he went pretty far.
I remember that.
So maybe for some guys like me that aren't really up to date, how does tomorrow work? What's the rundown?
Great question. The top 16 after this squad is guaranteed into match play. Then scores 17 through 48 come back tomorrow morning for what they call round 2.
Okay.
They will bowl 2 games. Pins carry over.
Okay.
And then the highest 16 scores from after those 2 games are then seeded 17 through 32. And then it's single game double elimination match play tomorrow.
Okay.
Beginning somewhere around, I think, noon, Chad? I think that's right.
So you said single game.
Single game double elimination.
It says 11 a.m. on the entry form, but we never start on time. It'll be between 11:30 and noon.
As you guys might notice, it says 8:30, and I think we started around.
Yeah.
That's there's a gray area around there.
So give or
That's
take,
when they want people to be here.
Right.
We could probably, in all reality, just put final squad or last.
Yeah.
And be a little more accurate. Who's counting?
Who's counting?
You know, it's Saturday night. We appreciate you watching.
Absolutely.
Scott Gilmore, Dave Savage, Chad Lester here in the broadcast booth. We're going to work through here until we find out who our top 48 are, if we get those scores soon enough. If not, go to, if you don't have it, go to the App Store, download Team App. You can subscribe to Indiana USBC, and they'll update those scores within a reasonable period of time. But you can find out all the other information. You can get bracket information, all kinds of stuff. So,
yeah, and I've pinned there's a pinned comment in the chat room to the standings, so you can click that. I don't know if it's updated yet. They've been a little bit slow on updating standings today, but they've got a lot going on in that tournament office.
As of now, Chad, I'm looking. It has the A, B, and C complete, but it has the duplicates that we saw. So there's a little bit of work there.
Yeah. So this is the latest standings after the C squad.
and if you look at some of these, you look at the standings, you'll see scores all over the place. We've had some interesting 3-game sets, like 161, 247, 180. You know, I mean, it just happens.
You get that pair that just gives you all kinds of heartache.
Yes, absolutely.
But then you got guys that'll come off that, start fresh, bring that game back.
Yeah, nothing worse than going 233, 171, 161.
And there's if I remember right, you guys talking about it, is there's 3 different zones of this center. Plays like 3 different centers, so that
is a factor.
Has a lot to do with that.
So large 44-lane house here.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna have the low end here where we're at. We're right behind 7 and 8. Championship pair is 9 and 10. 7 and 8. You get down on this area and it's really tighter. Then as you work your way right and go to the high end, then it just gets drier and drier, more friction, which is not unusual. I mean, it's the center of the house, a lot of open play gets there, but yeah, it's interesting. Holy mackerel, somebody just sent a messenger that I don't think it hit the lane until it went all the way across. You get some really weird pin carry here, too.
Yeah, you do.
The sidewalls are pretty active. Brand new oil here. Dave Small, the proprietor, changed oils about 6 weeks ago. And a lot of the guys that are locals here say it drastically changed what type of equipment you throw in here.
Really?
A lot of guys were throwing pearls. Now they're throwing more solids.
Okay.
So it plays a lot tighter. I was talking to the guy that knows it all around here, Nick Squires, and he was telling me all about it.
Nick's been around the game for a while.
Yeah. Nick's doing the same thing I'm doing. He's watching.
Right.
But he's going to cash.
Oh, well. That makes the watching a little better.
Yeah. All I know is I beefed the prize fund up a little bit.
Hey, sometimes, you know.
Sometimes you're the lion, sometimes you're the lamb.
Sometimes. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I mean,
I know. It happens. Game 1 wrapping up. Looking here in front of us, I don't see a whole lot. Dave, do you?
no.
I mean, I see 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 5-bagger down there.
1 and 2?
Yeah, 1 and 2. They got a chance for 240. Then I saw someone with the front 4, but they opened in the 7th, but they could strike out for 230.
I see a lot of grinding right now.
I see a lot of 109 in the 7th, you know.
My man here on 7 just stoned a 9-pin. He really wanted it.
Yeah, and that's Carson Opel, and
He had
really,
a good look.
yeah, I mean,
He's got a decent game going.
that's what I did a lot of. I had a lot of 9s, and then I tried to make an adjustment off that, and I'd go 5. I'm like, why am I adjusting for worse counts?
Right. That's the tricky part to a sport shot like this. You tell you don't strike all the time, so you tell yourself you got to move before the move sometimes, you know. Whereas maybe you should have just stayed where you were.
Yeah. I should have stayed right here, Dave. Looks like we got Chris Nunn posting Mike Svilar with the front 8 on his pair. I think that's guaranteed 240, even if you went open.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I mean, front 8s, that's looking really nice.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a string like that all day.
No.
We get your string 4, 5, 6, but
I couldn't strike. I had a set where I didn't even have 8 strikes.
I wasn't gonna touch that.
I don't. Hey, you know what? You gotta be able to make fun of yourself every once in a while, right?
Well, your name, but you put your name in there. You gave it a go.
Cammie with the strike there. If she strikes out all the way, we might see some social media posts, possibly. Well, we got 2-teen possibly, another 2-teen. Looking at our string over there. Oh, he struck the first ball in the 10th. Or no, that was 8 spare. That was Chris Hartung, who looks like he's going to shoot 230 start. That's a good start.
That's a good start.
You know, I always felt like,
especially on 1 and 2.
Yeah, you have to get it early. You know,
yeah. Actually, before we came on, that's what little advice to TJ Smith: just go get it early.
Absolutely.
Get that good start. Get your confidence up a little bit. Even if that middle game beats you up, I mean, you can give yourself a little cushion.
I'd be wanting to shoot 250 and ride that wave in and all the way to the beach. It's like you're like jumping on a board to try to get it to go forward. That would be me shooting 250 game 1, just like, oh please, 180, come on.
One time.
I mean, outside of that, Dave, I don't see a whole lot in front of us.
No, a lot of grinding. People, almost.
Well, it looks like they got 15 back up. That's a good thing. I mean, I see 125. I'm telling you, 150 was not a rare score.
No. It's tough.
I had 4 of them.
If you don't match up, it gets frustrating.
I almost thought about a guy I bowled with, and Chad will know who it is, Brian Nauta, who I bowled college with. Brian was a hilarious guy. I almost pulled a Brian Nauta in the first squad, but I left the 3 the 2-4-7-8. And I was like 0 for 3 or 4, and I left it, and I almost just wanted to go down and hit the reset button. Brian Nada in league one time missed like 6 or 7 10-pins, and he was bowling bad, and he left another one, and he just walked up and hit the reset button. Said, all right, give me a 0. Brian, if you're listening, sorry, pal. Oh, front 9, 19 and 20. Not far from here.
If only we had about 25 more feet.
Yes.
Anybody have fans stop by the booth?
We got lots of them, don't we?
A young fan.
Hey, keep them coming.
We're almost on Brad and Kyle's level, right?
Get them hooked.
Yeah. Let's see. Last time I looked, we were about 97,000 subscribers short.
Hey,
they're awesome.
if you're out there, click that.
Yeah, click that subscribe button in your lower right corner of your screen.
Give us 2 thumbs up.
And the other thing, too, is we don't want to forget our sponsors. We don't want to forget Motive Bowling, Pinheads, Bowling Center and Entertainment in Fishers, Big Four Socks, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl, obviously the Indiana State USBC. And we're excited, too, for our own channel for Savage Bowling TV. We signed a deal with Coolwick, and want to thank them. They got us hooked up with our new threads for the bowling season. And, Mike Alby's going to be in the booth, so we'll be decked out in some Coolwick gear. You, too, can be decked out in Coolwick. All you have to do is go to their website, and once you pick out a cool jersey, they got tons of them in all your favorite bowling brands, whether it's Ebonite, Brunswick, Track, Columbia 300, Radical, Storm, 900 Global, whatever you want, they got it on their site. Just type in there. Once you get to, after you pick your jersey and you go to your checkout, put in Savage Bowling TV 10, get 10% off on us. We thank you for being a fan and being a subscriber, watching here today, and maybe ordering some Coolwick gear for your bowling season. So
another reason to be a subscriber. We're with everyone for the next 3 weekends.
Yeah.
And then we get a weekend off, and we'll be with them once again the last weekend in February. So
I know I got to hang out with you for 3 consecutive weekends.
Turn on them notifications.
It's going to be a grind. Yeah, hit that bell. Get a notification every time we go live or post a video.
I'm excited for the high school state finals. I personally don't have a stake in it, but some young ladies and gents from our conference will be there. So I probably will hopefully try to get in the building.
It's such a fun event to see the future of our sport.
It is.
Charlie Collip here on lane 6 on the right side of your screen, trying to finish with 5 in a row, and he does for a nice 214 finish. Brother Brady clapping him on, his ball rep.
Throw that surface on there at the last minute.
Yeah. Good surface change, Brady. Good surface change. Look, you got 167, 157, 158. There was a pair where the highest score was like 164.
And that's a three bagger in the 10th for a
158.
And that's been normal from, I've sat here all day, and the first game I've ever set, there's been at least 2 or 3 pair where there's no 200s.
Yeah, and you get
a high game in 180s.
You look at the 167, they start out with front 3, right? So you go a front 3 and you're thinking, okay.
Ooh, feeling good.
Yeah. This got 220 written all over it, and all of a sudden open, spare open. Now you're scrambling for a 180 game. It's just amazing how quick things can turn around.
That pattern breakdown.
And so we're no bowlers here now on 1 through 13, or 1 through 12, I should say, as bowlers will be making their way. They skipped 6 pair. So
six to your right.
And so that's big moves here. Jordan Gray, welcome. Welcome to Championship Lanes. He's probably thinking I made a wrong turn somewhere. I did. Uh-oh. All right.
Jordan's in the coaching ranks, right?
Yeah, Jordan coaches Marion University. He's got him and his wife, Jerica. They got the program running full steam ahead. I mean, they're doing quite well. And
Just said Svilar shot 299.
Ooh, wow. That's a huge number on this.
that's like 345 to 375.
Yeah.
Because par on this is like 195, so.
So that wave you were talking about.
Yeah.
Just ride that home.
We'll sit here on 13 and 14 until the other pairs get going. Or it's 15 and 16, I guess.
Yeah.
So it used to be in 13 and 14. Usually we're using 13 and 14. We shifted down a pair this year.
You see Aaron, former champion. Is that the 5'10"?
Ooh.
Brooklyn.
Well, it's just so easy to get away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Leap posting in here asking about a total entry number yet. And nope, not yet. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's well over 400. Or I'm going to guess it's over 400. They were at 330 after 3 squads. The first 3 were all sold out.
Wow. That's amazing numbers.
But I knew they were in the 60s going into this one. And so that would put them at 390 something. Of course, they had a little bit of trouble on 15, so that's why that pair playing a little behind. Game 1 wrapping up here for predominantly most everyone else outside of 15 and 16. And hey, we got a Vu Duong sighting here on 7 and 8.
I'm excited to see.
Love the back of his shirt, Scott.
Yes, give him the heater, Ricky.
And that name Ricky has a special meaning to you and I and our other roommates
Oh,
in college.
Yeah, we love it. Oh, TJ Schmidt on the TV pair. We won't tell the world how many squads he's bowled so far today. 182. Oh!
Fooled us.
Yeah, you had me. Hey, he took Dave.
Hey.
Dave, he took your advice.
Glad I showed up.
Yeah, changed it.
You know, maybe it's just that savage voice.
Absolutely.
Bring back a little bit.
You know,
college days.
well, you know, your brother was the coach at Purdue University for several years. Had a lot of good teams go through there.
Great talent.
TJ being a former collegiate player of the year.
Great talent.
So yeah,
Scott would tell you it was all the kids, all the guys
yeah,
working together for one common goal.
absolutely. It does take a team, and that's the cool thing about it.
He would tell you he's proud, I'm sure. Speak for him, I guess, but he's proud of his former players when they always go on and do well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like seeing your kids out there, you know, when you invest all that time.
Well, Mr. Alby's texting me. I better answer that.
Better.
Mike's going to be here tomorrow with us for the finals of, I think the 2-game total, or the second round starts what time, 9:30?
I think if I read the entry right, they were looking at 9:30 and 11.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long to bowl the 2 games, and doesn't take long to tally up the scores because there's only 32 players. So
Yeah, they just have to re-oil all the lanes. That's kind of the part that takes the most time.
man, Still hard to believe somebody shoot 299 on this.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's-
The lane machine run the house shop.
Yeah.
Fair.
No, hey, no offense, Mike. Yeah,
No,
that was not me.
No, that's excellent. That's excellent
Yeah.
bowling. I mean,
Absolutely.
gosh. Wonder what the high game was before that for today.
I'm going to say probably,
Take a look real quick.
I'm going to say nobody got past 250.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
250.
didn't you say there was a 260 in there?
Was there a 260 in there?
Let's see, 55.
Well, if they did, they didn't make the top 30. So I wouldn't want to list their other scores.
on the front sheet, the top was 255.
Yeah, I think 255 so far was tall. I mean, that's a huge. That's 40-some pins over. I mean, TJ with the front two.
Look out. At a really, really quick glance, 255.
Quick glance.
Nope.
Wait a minute, 256.
Sorry, Chris.
You lied.
I said quick glance. Really.
Yeah.
Chris Safarth, 256.
Hey, former Boiler.
Boiler up.
He actually bowled with TJ.
Like we said, a lot of talent there.
Or I think
This is
he might have
great
bowled
teams
with.
right there.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Weidman, former Boilermaker.
Yeah, but your team was no slouch team to go up against.
No, bowl with your brother, Scott Tucker, Andy Dole, Ed Smaglick.
Well, the year after I bowled,
Hicklin Jr. with that crew.
He was in there
the year
one
after
year.
year after I bowled, they went to the national championship game.
Yeah,
Made the TV finals.
yeah. Now Ron's creating the difference.
Yeah.
CTD, yeah, joined the regional staff this year just to get the knowledge, extra knowledge out there online. Never hurts.
Well, he's doing a lot of good things.
Just signed EJ Tackett actually as a staffer on the tour. Saw that patch on there. Ron, a former Marion, Indiana native. Shout out. Oh, and another Purdue, Dustin Zahner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He works for him.
Shout out.
Well, Quintero, we're watching the PBA too, so Quintero took out Graham Fa. Boy,
Now he's got the best in the world.
yeah, now he gets Jason Belmo.
Belmo with the message. Looks like 234, 248 max.
And Quintero needs a strike here in the 8th.
Down.
If you're watching a PBA, hopefully have both of us
Some dual
on
screens.
at the same time.
Yeah, watch both.
Maybe YouTube in the hand. PBA on the.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Keep up with all the action.
Boy, how interesting with, Rash's recent outburst and him and Belmo have had their little scuffle several years back. Be real interesting if those two collide
In the final, yeah.
in the final.
Some drama. TJ with the front three.
He's got the mo,
I like it.
the momentum on his side.
I like it.
See, who else do we have? Jeff Harris is on 5 and 6. Let's see. We got Justin Flaw, who bowled a short period of time for Purdue. John Bowerly Jr. on lanes 9 and 10. A lot of people don't realize John was a very, very good bowler. He bowled on the PBA Tour. Very talented player.
Looks like Chris Hartung moved to the TV pair from 1 and 2. He had a 213 first game, I believe.
No, yeah, I think he was in the 230s.
30s, sorry.
And that's the thing, too, is you can't get overconfident because it was so easy to 230, 160. And then you're right back to even, and now you're trying to shoot 200 again. I mean, it's just got to keep your foot on the gas, but
-10 though could be the cut. So like you said, if you're getting to even and then
yeah, and I'm thinking that's going to probably climb to, I'm going to say it's going to be 2 or 3. I really thought 2 under would be the number. I know Jeff Snuffer is hoping I'm right because that's his score, -2. You know, at that point, you're just trying to get in.
yeah.
I know one thing. I'm hoping when my head hits the pillow, it will not take me long to go to sleep.
Well, if you've been here all day, I don't think you have any problem.
Yeah, we got lucky that we were able to set up Friday
Oh, that's good.
because typically we would be here about 6 o'clock in the morning on
Right. I remember,
Saturday.
I remember that.
and it's tough.
Well, because it's over an hour drive, right?
Well, we came in Friday.
We would have stayed Friday night anyways.
Yeah.
Now next Saturday it'll be an early morning, so we'll have to be starting to set up about 6:37 a.m.
Yep.
That's at Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl West in Fort Wayne, another Dave Small Center. And then we're right back here the following weekend for the Queens. Always a great tournament. See the ladies take the lanes.
Very competitive.
You can just see a lot of the struggles, Dave. It's just a situation where if you move left or right, the ball, the way it reads lanes is just totally different. And how you manage that, those that do it well obviously have scored well. Those that cannot, it can get ugly real quick.
Well, like you said earlier, also once you find that, it's repeating.
Yeah.
And a little bit mental too. Of like you said, if you stone an 8 or 9, don't necessarily make the change that your body and your mind is telling you got to move. Sometimes it's just the luck. You didn't carry.
Yeah, and it's just, you just watch Jeff Harris here on 6. He starts out double 9 spare, leaks one a little left, and he leaves the 2-4-10. That's what made it so frustrating.
Right. Just minor. TJ with the front 4, looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, you didn't even charge him for that coaching tip. That was free of charge. Free coaching tip right over here. I mean, hey.
Are you going to upsell him for the next one?
No. No.
Go to Dave's YouTube channel and subscribe.
No. Hey, so I did mention I've got some kids, right? So I did mention, hey, your dad might jump on YouTube tonight.
Yeah.
And they were like, wait.
Oh, I didn't know if you took my reply seriously or not.
I did.
I was hoping so.
I did.
I was like, come on over.
Yeah.
Come on over.
I was hoping you weren't just pulling my leg.
Oh, there's
like, what are you doing here?
There's no leg pulling going on around here.
I was ready to jump on here and help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. No leg pulling. I'm good. Thank you, though.
But I was telling Logan, my 8-year-old, I'm going to go maybe speak a little words on bowling on YouTube channel. He's like,
We're going to talk the gospel of bowling, right?
so first question was, there's a Savage Bowling, like our name? He's like, so Dad, you have a YouTube channel and you didn't tell me?
Those kids are all, at that age, they know everything,
so
right?
they know everything, right? YouTube is their life.
Yep.
And as much as you try to get them off it.
Yeah, I don't even know why. My kids don't even watch cable.
No, I pay for cable and they watch YouTube.
Yep.
Stream it. So he thought that was pretty cool. And then but the next question was, well, when do I start my YouTube channel?
I know.
And I said, well, buddy, I love you, but I don't want to talk to your mother about that one.
Go to Mom.
I'm going to defer.
My kids they do these, like they'll have a YouTube channel and they record the strangest things. And it's like, really? Other kids watch that? The other thing I don't understand what kids watch, and mine are all about it, they're watching guys play video games.
Exactly.
And all they do is scream during the whole thing.
Really? Yes.
Oh, my girls have a couple people they watch, and they're just screaming all the time. And my wife's been like, can you just shut that off? I'm tired of hearing the screaming.
I don't get it. I'm like,
it's
that's
annoying. And they turn the TV up just to annoy us.
Didn't mean to go on a big tangent, but
No.
Yeah, anyway.
You're right there, man.
I mean,
you're right there. You won't hear me scream.
No.
And you won't watch me play video games.
No.
I can't play the games they play.
The thing is, they're watching the games that they have.
Right.
Yeah.
They're watching a person play the game that they have that they could go play.
Right.
And so I asked one day, is there tips and tricks? Is this like...
You learning anything?
Yeah. Are you learning off this guy how to do... And no, not really.
Yeah, I know.
No, not really.
It's like, that's entertainment now. I was watching Scooby-Doo and Dynamite, and, my kids would be watching somebody else play a video game.
I mean, there was some days we'd come home and watch the A-Team or something, right?
Yeah, we got older,
Right. Yeah.
Now I don't.
I'm also appreciative, though, that some of the social media wasn't around.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Not that I did anything that, was bad or illegal or any craziness.
You're totally professional.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't think why it's hard on kids. I don't know.
No,
well,
none of our kids realize, what our lives were like without social media.
Right.
We went outside and played.
Right.
Yeah, I rode my bike everywhere.
You rode your bike. Went to the basketball court.
So, Dad, how'd you know where everybody was? The pile of bikes out front?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't use my phone to get somewhere,
Yeah.
Or we would, small town, say, meet me at the bowling alley tomorrow after school, whatever, Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Saturday morning league, see you there.
Yep. And you drank out of a water hose.
Yes.
Yeah. Didn't think twice about it. You didn't have to have purified water in a bottle.
Water in a bottle?
It's like,
they're going to sell it?
Hey, where's your spigot at? I'm going to turn that thing on and get me a drink.
Right.
Who knows where that hose has been, but it didn't bother me any.
Yeah.
I'm still alive.
We made it. We made it. Lawn darts and all.
Yep. Absolutely.
The water hose made us create a YouTube channel.
Something in the water, huh?
Oh, let's see here. 9 spare here for TJ. 2-pin. Excuse me, 3-pin. And he
converts.
He converts. Clean through 6.
Well, he looks really relaxed, for sure. TJ does.
We got front 4 on 11 and 12.
Yep.
Front 5 on 13 and 14, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then outside of that, it's just
interesting.
A little bit of everything. A little bit of hodgepodge right after that.
Well, another thing our kids wouldn't understand is Saturday morning cartoons.
No.
Oh, man.
Cartoons not on demand. You had to wait a whole week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad.
Well, I'm telling you right now,
If you
I
didn't
couldn't.
get to see it, you didn't ever see it again.
I mean, yeah. Unless
Unless
you were lucky enough to get a hold of that VCR.
VHS tape, yeah.
I couldn't live on today's cartoons.
No.
I can't watch them. My kids watch, SpongeBob SquarePants, which is okay, but yeah, I'm
There were select ones I liked to watch with my kids when they were, toddlers.
yeah.
But then there were some that were just so far out there. But they loved it. I was like, okay, it's educational still. Who cares?
That's the difference. Kids, when we were young, I mean, you watched cartoons on Saturday morning from like 7 in the morning to noon.
Yep.
And then at noon came American Bandstand.
Yeah. Or at noon,
I'm aging myself, Dave.
at noon, you went outside and played.
Yeah, that's when it got nice to go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I joined so funny story how I got started in bowling. I parked my behind the TV set and watched cartoons like there was no tomorrow. And my mom's like, "You need to go out and do something." So she signed me up for a junior bowling league at Market Square Lanes in Lafayette, and that's how I got started. Then I couldn't get out. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I fell in love with the game.
Well, Star Lanes was a block away from me, and I didn't know it was there until I was, 13? And one of my friends that lived in the neighborhood was Mike Ross, the mechanic there, right? The head mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
It was his son. So we hung out, and I, started going there, and I just started bowling. And next thing I know, I'm asking my parents to be in this league, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I did on my own. I got up in the morning, walked over there every day. Didn't matter the weather, and I bowled. 13 when I started.
Front 6 now.
Front 6, huh? Still got front 4 here on 11 and 12. Not sure who that is. Of course, we're way down on 7 and 8, so
Front 5.
the screens get really small once you get past like 10, right?
Right.
And then it gets kind of hard to read. John Bowerly with the front 3 about to step up here on lane 9. John is well known in the Indianapolis area. He bowled on tour for a while. I'm thinking back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Get a good look here of good player here on lane 9 with the front 3 here in game number 2. Playing that deep inside line. Oh, high flush.
Got it.
Makes it look easy.
TJ went high flush as well, but left a 4 pin.
Ooh, we got scores. How exciting. All right, what do we got here? Ooh, yeah, Svilar, shocker. He's 299. He's on the top, but he's got 2 more games to go.
How much is he leading by over second?
12 pins. Paul Lamont shot 687. Senior player
What,
from
game-wise?
Jasper, Indiana. He's got 66 pin lead on the field in this
For
squad.
the squad, yeah.
So Chris Hartung plus 33, 233. AJ Roach, 229. Josh Vaughn with 226. Scotty Kramer III with 226. Jason Miller, 225. Jeffrey Retz, 223. Mark Pruitt with 222. Hunter Glaze, 215. Justin Flaw, 215. Charlie Collop, 214, which you saw our first game. TJ Schmidt, 213. And Chris Nunn and Dwayne Markham, 211. Josh Myers also shot 211. Then you got a whole bunch of guys here between 206 and 208. Dwayne Perry, Ryan Sidney, Rodney Compton, Tyler Fowler, Dwayne Burton, Brian Taylor, and Ryan Schlosser at +2, Daniel Freeman at +1, and then everybody else is under par as 200 is our number. But again, a lot of games left, a lot of bowling left. Eugene McCune only shot 186 his first game. So
tells you how tough it is.
absolutely.
Eugene, one heck of a bowler.
So that's your scores.
But that doesn't mean he's out. By any means.
No.
By any means.
No, I mean, you could ride the wave of one game. I've seen numerous guys do that.
Got a 4-bagger going on 5.
Yeah, strike, spare, 4-bagger. A lot of righties playing way inside. Oh, that's high flush. Right now, he's on a 230 pace. All right, now we got our, as I just took a peek, didn't see who won, but Sean Rash is up against, look, Belmonte defeated Arturo Quintero, and something must have bothered Rash. He stepped off the approach.
He looked over at the crowd.
He balks a lot.
I mean, there's going to be signs, Sean.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Sean didn't do himself any favors with his comments last week.
No.
Yeah, I understand you feel a certain way, but just how you go about it.
There's no denying his talent and his ability as a bowler.
None.
Sean is one of the greatest to play the game, in my mind. I'm really surprised that he hasn't made some type of comment or statement after the fact.
Well,
When you feel that way, do you really apologize?
Can you diffuse it a
well,
little bit?
I think he did. If I saw it correctly, the PBA Junior had a live stream Friday.
Yes, I saw that today.
They did mention that he was there and showed a lot of love to the kids that were bowling the PBA Junior event. And he actually gave them all an extra $100 to their Smart Fund. No, stand corrected. I don't think it was 100. I think it was 1,000.
Well, there was 1,000 left over, and I think he was just going to split it evenly, but so it was like $100 each or something like that.
Something.
I watched
like
the
that,
video
right?
before this squad.
So he was trying to make amends a little bit, I believe, or show his gratitude to the sport. But
well, and you hope one thing is, did he make a mistake? Yes. I don't know if he regrets it at all or not, but I hope that people kind of respect the fact that he is trying to win a tournament. His livelihood, how he makes a living is at stake here. Don't be a distraction.
right.
Now, you know who one guy doesn't feel sorry for him? Belmonte doesn't feel sorry for him at all.
No.
Those two do not care for one another. And
Well, they're both competitors, and yeah, I think they both are. I wouldn't say they do anything to win, but
right.
Sean, yes. Did he have bad timing? Yes. Last week, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Poor timing.
Yeah. Well, and I really, to be honest with you, now everybody's questioning, did it impact Matt Russo's 10th frame?
In my opinion, yes.
I think
agree.
I think it put thoughts in his mind.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know Matt personally, but his demeanor on the lanes up to that point were businesslike. And then the last couple shots, almost the unsurety kicked in his mind, it looked, from his body language. A little unsure of himself because I think his opponent put that in his head.
Well, Jason Belmonte is his, I guess, how do you want to say it? Not necessarily demeanor, but how he handles pressure and in tough moments. It's like Tiger Woods of the golf world. I mean, he
almost thrives on it.
Yeah.
DJ, shake it off, bud.
Now he opened in the 10th for another 213. Hey, plus 26 going into, I know he wanted more there, I'm sure.
Of course. He was looking at 230. So chop the 610.
Well, we got front 7 down here getting ready to step up on. Ooh.
Looks like stepping up on 11.
Yeah. Got a couple of other strings. We got front 5 now for John Bowerly. Looking around here, a few players. We had someone else down there with front 5, but they went spare. Looks like maybe spare open. John gets that a little right. Oh,
Ooh,
comes
carries.
back nicely.
Carries the 10. I was hoping you didn't jinx him.
I know. I try not to say
happens
anything.
every time.
We said it earlier. He struck, so I'm liking it. Worries me.
I know. I try not to say a whole lot.
Right? Andy, I see you in the chat. That I think you're pointing out that solid 5-pin, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it was solid, all right.
Did he pick up?
I believe he did.
Yeah, he did make
So
it.
the story with that is Bill missed a 5-pin the previous block, and Andy called him out on Facebook.
Gotcha.
And our front 7 missed in the 8th, left the 3, 6, 10. Well, I will say Bill is clean through 6.
Didn't jinx him.
Nope.
Clean through 7.
He's just trying to jam the ball in there, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he's trying to make urethane work, it looks like to me.
he
And
just,
at some point, you can spare the whole game, but you're not getting in. You got to strike.
you got to strike.
You got to have a
times.
double in there somewhere.
He's throwing the purple hammer. Did you throw that at all today, Scott?
I tried it yesterday, and I did try it again in the first set, and it just it wasn't working. It was a little frustrating.
Lane 5 had a nice set going, leaves the 4-10.
I still shot 230,
230.
but that's still one of those you're thinking a lot more. You know, 230 is a great score, but you want 50, right? That extra insurance is what you need.
Yep.
Our front 7 made the 7 or the 3, 6, 10 spare.
Okay.
First time user of the cell phone?
Apparently.
Or you just like to have
Apparently,
your
I'm just
flashlight
flashing
on?
everybody. Sorry, no flash photography in bowling. My bad.
Definitely Sean, watching the PBA too, going back and forth, definitely looks a little, he definitely is distracted. Belmo opened in the 6th frame. Rash is going to give it right back. All right, back to what we got here. Bill Crane now with the washout split. The 1-3-7. John Bowery now front 7. Crack open a 6-pack.
Pabst.
Grapsed a Pabst.
Who's in the crowd?
Oh, drink water.
Crinkle, crinkle.
Yeah, I told you that he was going to. Yeah, there you go. He was going to get it.
There are signs in the crowd.
Remember, and Rob Stone says, you know, you bring your sign and they put you on TV.
Put you on.
Oh, let's see here. Our front 7 spare went strike in the 9th, so got a chance for 277 if he strikes out. So some numbers we haven't seen all day here, potentially in the 3rd or 4th and final squad, especially with Mike Spielar's 299. It's an incredible score. Ryan Sidney there with a strike. He can shoot 213 if he strikes out. Some players done already and swapping lanes. Vu Duong there with a strike in the 9th.
Bringing the heat.
He can shoot 193 if he strikes out. 193 is still a good score, but you got to figure out a way to get, you know, a 2-teen in there somewhere.
Where is Jeff Bowman in the standings? Somebody asked in the chat.
Not sure Jeff bowled all that well.
No, it didn't look like it when I saw him bowling earlier today. He must not have bowled too good. He is not on the
He's
three
not in the
sheets
top
we have.
98.
Not
I
in the
think-
top 98.
Yeah, it's 98 or 99.
99. Yeah, we have 3 sheets. 33 on a sheet,
Are you kidding me?
and he's not on there.
John Bowery is up in the 8th frame, and both lanes go dark.
Yeah, now it came back on. That was weird. And I believe Dave, what is that? 99th place on this sheet was minus 14. So
Minus 14.
it was less than minus 14.
It will change though because there are some duplicates on
Right.
here. So, but we unfortunately we can't officially tell you how Jeff did.
No.
But we thank you for watching.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could probably go to the team app. I want to see if I can go to the team app and take a look.
10:37 right now. It'll be a late night for you. How long does it take you to get back?
About 30 minutes.
Oh,
31
that's not too
minutes.
bad.
Not
No,
bad.
actually, I've gotten a couple texts here, making
Uh-oh.
sure. No,
Big star now, huh?
nothing trouble, no trouble.
All right.
One was my dad. Shout out. Shout out Santa.
Yeah, no kidding. He got the big beard and
Yeah, he just got his. We've been trying to talk him into completing the package, making it a gig, maybe.
well, you know,
December comes around.
got to feel good in the wintertime. I don't know about
Oh, yeah.
summertime. Can he put that in a man bun and
Right. he actually has.
poke ponytail it.
I'll have to send you a picture next time.
All right, John Bowerly stepping up here in the 8th frame. Yet to miss. And Vu Duong just 7-10 here in the first ball in the 10th. So he's going to be in the 150s. Oh, God, good shot. Left 4-pin.
Good run.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now was key, though, to finish.
Yep. Don't let all that good work go to waste, right?
Absolutely.
And we're going to get Eugene McCune down here for game number 3. And the 299 guy is going to be on 5 and 6, Mike Svilar. And a spare there for, I can't quite see, your eyes are probably better than mine, but looks like, is Belmo going to win?
He is plus 29.
He's smiling.
The first strike in the 10th. Possibly 221 to 202 max.
So
He may have just needed just that one.
Yeah, he's smiling like he's.
Yeah. Sorry, we can't hear it. Yep, straight up the pitch.
Yeah, he's got it.
Just needed some pins.
Welcome back, Belmo.
first tournament back in 10 months, and he wins.
He told everybody to beware. He was coming back, and we need to see what he means.
He said he was hungry.
Yes, I would be too after having to go home early and.
Well, you know, ATM machine was getting probably kind of getting light. He had to come back to the bank account, you know. Called the PBA Tour for him.
Oh, I'm sure Storm.
That's another major. Is
Yes.
that 19 now?
It's 14th major.
14? Yeah, he had 13, right?
And I think it's the third time he's won this event. Sorry to anybody who's DVRing this show.
Yeah, we just ruined it.
Oh, man.
Well, there went 125 subscribers.
Wah, wah, wah.
Somebody's asking how Braden Alfrey's doing.
Find him.
Darson Tracy, how we doing? That's an Elwoodian.
I do not see Braden on the in the top 99.
All right.
Standings are updated on the team app. I have the link pinned in the chat, so you can click that, try to find him there. We only have the top 99, basically.
Yeah, we get 3 sheets, and that's it.
And that's
Dave's
okay.
checking out the team app for you, though. Well worth downloading if you want to follow the Indiana State USBC events, because there's all of them on there. Even the Open Championships for the state.
Which are here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just typed in Indiana Masters and it came up. So.
Ooh. We'll have to watch. Was just told that Mike Svilar shot 230 something his second game.
Well, that's a good game to, man.
Yeah, because you don't want to follow the 299 game with like a 140 or 150, right? You know, you don't want to give all your pins back right away. Actually, he grew on it, and all right, we're going to get a look here on 5 and 6. Chad, you want to switch over? Nobody's bowling. There. Oh, nope, same one.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
All right. All right. We don't need
Got to hit the right buttons here.
Don't need to see Bill Crane twice.
Sorry, Bill.
He's going to try to make a 7-pin here. Oh, he'll shoot in the 190s with a good count. And it's fill ball. Well, he's going to be close going into the third game. All right, Eugene McCune now here on lane 7, playing way left.
Over the gutter.
Yeah, and I think he just stuck and threw it in the. Yeah, he.
The fortunate thing is it's the first frame.
Yeah. Yeah, but if he didn't bowl good the first two, he's on a heater right now.
Yeah.
Now that ball didn't get down 20 feet, and it was in the.
No.
Yeah, and Bill gets a 3 count.
Ouch.
I thought he was going to be hitting the 190s. He shoots 186. Boy, you don't want that to come back and haunt you. Boy, and then he goes way right.
Safe to say Eugene's lost. Trying to find something.
Ooh. Well, Kevin's standing right here. He should be.
Well, and
Helping him out.
I think one thing you're going to, where Mike Schvilar was probably playing down on the other end of the house.
Yeah.
First shot here, and he goes 2-8-10. Just a little tighter as you get down this way. You know, it's one of those things where you know quickly you either got to jump way left and give it more, or you got to bump a little bit to the right to get it to face up.
Gave it a run.
But, you know, at the end of the day, he's got
okay.
He's got
first frame
70 pins to play with here.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. First frame.
Even I could do that.
Hey, he doubles up. He's okay.
Right. I mean, sure, you want to shoot a big number, and, you know, I don't know if he's in brackets or whatever, but, you know, right now you're thinking, all right, give me 180 and I'm out the door with 700, you know. That's. Where's John Barley? And he's getting pointers from last year's champion, Kevin McCune, over here. He's in good hands if that's the case.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if Kevin's asking him where he got his pants at or if he's telling him where to play.
Well, probably not. Kevin's actually wearing shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little warm outside, guys.
Tell you.
It's January, not June.
Hey, maybe that PBR, I don't know.
Well, we're surrounded by the. Hey, I just want to let you guys know it's danger zone around here. We got a lot of Northwest guys hovering around our booth here. I don't, you know, Michalowski, Snuffer, Drea, McCune.
The region.
It's getting dicey around here.
The region.
Wait a minute. Let me go around and see if the cops are coming in yet. Oh. Oh, yeah, we do have a cop in here. My bad. Vervich is over here.
From the region. The region. Eugene found something there.
Oh. Oh, man, I tell you. Bunch of great guys from the region. I enjoy it every year.
It was cool because I was on 9 and 10, and I called my wife. I'm like, you can actually watch me. Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That was my high game of the day.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. You were amped up for it.
Yes.
I should just give Dre the wireless microphone. He could just join our broadcast booth. He's right here with us.
Take a break.
Don't worry, he's drinking. Hey, he's drinking water, guys.
For 1,000.
Yeah, he's drinking water, guys.
He's got the only one in the
Oh, man. All right, John Barley, I guess, can finish with 268.
It's a good number.
Absolutely.
Great number. I mean, before this.
That would have been the highest outside of Schvilar. That would have been the highest one. I didn't see where the one guy finished at the front 7.
Missed it.
Yeah, we apologize for anything that's said outside of our broadcast booth. It's, you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's 11:15. Some guys have tried to bowl 2 to 3 times, you know. Maybe have visited the bar a handful of times in between. I don't know.
What you're saying is the kid should be in bed?
That ball is way right there. What you just don't want to do is panic.
No.
Right?
No. John left the 3-pin, it looks like. Spare strike for 255 now.
Well, we know one thing. Nobody's going to have crazier pants on than Mike is. And that's everywhere he goes. Eugene's going to come out of here the right side of your screen. Right there he is.
That looked good on 8.
Well, and it was interesting. You know, he was going to try to loft the gutter.
Yes.
And he stuck, and it went in the gutter, right gutter, about 20 feet down the lane. And he immediately jumped 40 right.
And I've heard some bowlers today complain about the corners being sticky when they're shooting at corner pins.
Yeah, you get off the center part where everybody typically slides on a regular basis. You know, it can get kind of dicey. Mm-hmm. And that's any center, really, you go to. I didn't see what John finished with. I missed that. It looks like he might have.
He missed it.
He opened in the 10th for 244.
That's a couple games we've seen right in this area where people just haven't closed the door or finished strong.
Yeah. Jason Flaw with a strike there. Chris Nunn here on left lane, on lane 5, left-hander. Lefties have not had it very good here today. Some have bowled really well. Most of them have not. All right, once again, I want to thank everybody for watching here. Indiana Masters from Championship Lanes in the city of Anderson, Indiana. Every year we make the trip here, and the center does a masterful job of hosting this event. Angie Collop and her staff do a wonderful job. The food is excellent. Always the best chocolate chip cookie, especially when they're right out of the oven. I'm going to cover this. I don't want Drea's getting too close to my plate over here to the left of me. Also, want to thank our sponsors again, Motive Bowling, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl, Big Four Sox. David Slavin been here all day almost. He left a little bit ago, but great to see David Slavin. Pinhead's Bowling Center and Entertainment in Fishers, Indiana. Obviously, the Indiana State USBC. Also want to thank our company Coolwick for supplying us with our new jerseys and stuff for our broadcast. I want to thank them as well. You can go to Coolwick and order all of your gear. Just type in the code Savage Bowling TV 10. Get 10% off on us for your purchase at Coolwick. For those that do that, we thank you very much for patronizing a great company in Coolwick. All right, we're about halfway done here. Well, actually, we're almost done. We're going into game 3. And a little bit here, maybe 30, 35 minutes, we'll find out who our top 48 is. And our top 16 that'll be guaranteed to make it to match play. And some big numbers, too.
Some real big numbers, this squad. Comparative.
Well, and Mike Spielar is off to the start he didn't want. And now you got to be wondering, is he thinking about it? I'm hearing that he's 130 over. I don't know what you're thinking about at all. I'm just...
Well, at that point, I know it's tough, but you got to just think one shot at a time.
I mean, you literally have 115 pins to play with. I mean...
You just got to get to that 200 even mark.
I don't know if he's... I mean, being the #1 overall seed, I mean, that's great. I wouldn't even be thinking about that because
no.
tomorrow anything can happen, right?
Right.
Sure, it would be great to accomplish that feat. And anyway.
100 to go slap him. Like for 100? No truth. Hey, it wasn't a tackle.
Oh, I tell you. Who needs enemies amongst these guys from the region?
You said you were going to do the 99 quit anyways. You're close. Mission accomplished. You're close. I know in the race, but he's one more free. Oh, yes, sir.
Velar's pants do look a little troopish.
Little guppy there. Well, you'll quickly tell the guys that are bowling good and to the guys that are bowling bad in this game right here. I mean, the body language, you know, all the nonverbal stuff really tells a big story when you get late into a squad. All right, Mike's up here now on the right lane. He's really struggling to find. And that misses right, leaves a 2-8. Another tough spare here.
Yeah, when you have that 8-pin back there, it just...
And you get the double wood. It makes it a little more challenging, doesn't it?
Covers nicely. And the crowd goes wild.
Oh my goodness.
Spare was a lot harder.
Nice shot, Eugene.
I tell you what, he's
Throws it well.
oh my goodness. Yes, he does.
I've always admired his game.
Boy, and when he got to the cheetah patterns on the PBA Tour,
Killed it.
you know, he was one of the guys you were picking to win. Yeah, I'm not so sure if right now my ball would not be going right. I mean, I'm going to the head pin.
Just hoping for carry, right?
Yeah, I'm just hoping, give me something I can make. I know about this time in my third game of the squad, I was ready to be done.
Yeah,
When you're not bowling well and you're just
No.
kind of struggling,
yeah.
you know, you're at that point you're glad it's only 3 games, not one of these 6 games. You know,
9.
we do have 5 spare 4-bagger here on 5 and 6. Not sure who that is.
Ball change, better look.
Yeah, 10 pin or 7 pin. Yeah, much better. Well, what do you got going on the rest of the winter months here before we get into spring?
We've got, so high school is wrapping up this weekend, and then we're moving on to middle school bowling. I also coach some youth basketball back home, so got that going on. And then watching this and coming here and being around bowling again, I've, obviously got the itch myself, so we might see if I can't get myself on the lanes.
Oh, yeah.
Never know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm coaching my son's 13U basketball. 13, they're all 13s, 7th graders. We're playing. And so we're doing that until March, and then 1st of April, travel baseball starts up, and then that's through July. So
I forgot to mention that.
yeah,
I do have a daughter that plays travel softball, so that did pull me away from the game for a while. It never stops. It's all year.
Yeah. Dustin McAllister wishing good luck to the Terre Haute bowlers. And, hey, Cameron Bollinger, I believe, is from that area. He's still in second place after 3 squads. So
Plus 76.
he went 243, 244, 189.
That was the A squad, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he's an automatic with that top 4 in the A squad.
Yeah, he locked himself in. So you going to try to make any, have you been invited down to Texas yet?
I have, the invite's always there.
I know.
Just haven't,
Well, you got a big load to go down there, don't you?
Got 5 kids, so so it seems like there's always something that maybe spring break or something.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to hop in a plane when you got 5 kids, right?
It is. Well, costly. But I'll drive it if I have to.
I've been wanting to get down there and visit them when I need to. My youngest son wants to go to a Dallas Cowboys game.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, it might be great to, I only have 2 kids, so I can hop on a plane at that point. My oldest kid, he doesn't care at all about
Oh, and what I'm hearing today
sports.
is, plane tickets are getting a little
Are
cheaper.
Are they going down?
Yeah.
Maybe I booked my trip to Nationals a little too early.
I heard the prices were pretty good this week. I don't know.
I might have to look at Florida again. We were going to go to Florida in June, and when I first started looking, they were astronomical.
That was hearsay, though, so I didn't.
Yeah, I haven't checked probably in a month or so.
But, yeah, get down there and get to a Cowboys game. I mean,
Yeah, can't be. I've never been there. I've always wanted to go.
Well, and I was texting Scott that the tour was at Euless.
Yeah.
It's like,
You got NFL tomorrow, Purdue and Ohio State tomorrow. But you know what? Everybody's going to be watching the Indiana Masters here on Savage Bowling TV.
Yes.
We appreciate that.
definitely. I'll be watching.
And Jerry, no.
Pilar comes back with the strike.
There are, I'm pretty sure there was at one point over 240 individual bowlers this weekend. Obviously, of the 400 entries plus they have, re-entries are going to make a big part of that. But I believe there was over 240 individual, or I should say unique bowlers. So, yeah, that's, and I don't know if the team app gives them enough space to show all of the entrants. And thanks, Stephanie, but no.
Yeah, you need to focus on bowling. She's bowling right now.
Yeah, no. You are from Southern Indiana, and she must be a Hoosier fan.
Oh, jeez.
I'm assuming.
I'm in the middle.
Wait a minute. I'm back, lost power during blizzard. Where are you at?
Probably the Northeast.
Northeast.
I'm gonna guess. Hey,
Yeah,
where's everybody at in the chat? Put your city, state, country.
Yeah, give us
We'd
some.
love to know where you're at.
Give us some logistics here.
We haven't done that for a while.
Normally, it always snows this weekend.
We
It
got
always snows. It did last year. It snowed terribly.
Saturday night, and then yeah, we were sitting here on Sunday questioning whether we were going to spend another night or.
Yeah.
And it cleared up, and we were able to get home.
Yeah, and you're welcome, Jerry. We thank you for watching.
Rhode Island, yep, northeast.
Oh, well, be safe.
How many inches are they talking?
That's when you put on a.
She said, IU or Michigan, anyone who beats Purdue. I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Yeah.
But
That's
still
not good.
subscribe to the channel.
Hey, South Bend. Hey, South Bend. Good town, you know, even though, I mean, I'm not a Notre Dame fan, but hey, yeah.
Great
My
historic football
My
program.
in-laws lived in Elkhart. So, I know the area.
Speedway, Indiana.
Spark plugs.
Normally during the day,
What?
if we would have done this during the day, we would have had somebody here from 31.6 inches of snow. I can't even comprehend 31.6 inches of snow. Can you guys?
I hope you have a lot of coffee, meat. Got to have a lot of junk food.
31.6.
And
I'm sure it's since you have blizzard conditions, you got high winds.
Yeah, and a snowblower.
Well, I mean, it's typically the milk
35.
bread eggs, right?
Yeah.
Making French toast.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
French toast.
yeah.
We were talking about that with Zach Tackett. That's his go-to. Now, CJ, I don't know, is this the Savage from early 2000s? I don't know. I'm not sure where you're going with
where
that.
we going, CJ?
Yeah, I hope it's good. You know, we weren't born in the early 2000s.
No.
I wish.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm a 70s child.
Yeah.
80s.
Oh, 31 inches of snow. You guys can keep it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would. You know, I'm not sure. Think about this. Okay, 31.6 inches of snow, and you're stuck in your house for like, let's say 3 days. What do you got to have? If you could have 5 things, what is it?
Food, beverage?
Well, I mean, yeah, specific, whatever.
Specific.
And power so you can watch TV.
Yeah, power would be the first one. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, running water.
Power, water, food, and booze. Or drinks.
Got some old Indiana State bowlers on tonight. Well, hey, I bowl for Purdue. I knew a bunch of Indiana State bowlers. Scott Scheimer,
Yes.
Scott Dillion, Richard Rich,
Brian Petrie.
Jay Bridges,
Petrie.
Brian Petrie.
He was here earlier.
Yeah.
New commissioner.
Don chimes in. Yeah, Steve Kinder. He was a Purdue bowler first, and then I think classes were too hard for Steve, so he went to Indiana State.
He was fun to hang out with
a
when
good
we bowled
program.
tournaments. Yeah.
I bowled at Ball State myself, but Indiana State was a good program.
Bread and milk to be found. No bread and milk to be found. Most of Rhode Island got 20 plus with the heavy band stayed right over where they're at.
We're supposed to get like snow next week.
They just don't know what.
They don't know what. So
Wednesday and a Thursday. It won't be near what. It'll be a fraction of what they get. if you
just
get
make
anything.
sure that snow you have, just keep it out in Rhode Island.
Push it into the ocean.
6. Oh, yeah. 6, soda, and 6. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I guess. Right? Let's see here. Scott Savage, you bowled in the late 90s, right?
Yes, I did.
So Scott Savage would have been at Purdue.
98 was his freshman year.
Yeah, 99 so
98,
01.
99, yeah.
Yeah, it was like
So he would have been early 2000s if
Yeah.
that's what
He was like
CJ, if that's what you're
99,
referring to.
So there was a
2001.
there was a phase where he had the the Eminem
frosted tips.
Yeah, the frosted
tips.
tips.
or NSYNC type.
Yeah. Yeah.
Timberlake look.
We used to bye.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know when he would
And There was a phase where he would wear a Springsteen bandana everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you recall that one. But yeah, Scott was actually the first inaugural winner of the Killer Bee Youth Masters
Yeah.
in Ohio.
Yeah.
Bowled a lot of TKO events, Kegler Open.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those.
Various other youth tournaments around the Midwest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my older brother. I'm his younger brother, Dave.
Yeah, and CJ's referring to 02 to 05. Kinder, Jay. Yeah, Jay was late 90s. I was 97 to 2000 is when I bowled at Purdue. Indiana State always had good teams back in the late 90s. They were always talented. We had a fun rapport with Indiana State. I remember we were at South Bend for one tournament, and we walked out to our van, and it had this old dirty mattress on top of the van and Scott Scheimer and those guys were taking a picture, out in front of our van with a dirty mattress they found on the side of the road.
Classic.
IU used to do things to us.
Yeah, our coach, Brian Pache, was not very thrilled about it. Of course, Brian didn't have a great sense of humor. I thought it was hilarious, and I wasn't touching it to get it off there, but anyway.
We wanted to get IU with the old fish trick that they did in Grumpy Old Men. Tried to put a piece of fish in their van.
We're getting a request for more Drea commentary.
Monster.
He's on mute.
Big Bass.
Unfortunately, he's not, but we're trying to mute him.
Big Bass B8. Bait, sorry. Big Bass bait.
Uh-oh.
02 to 05. I would have bowled at Ball State with the likes of Trent Burns, his younger brother, Jason Burns.
Yeah, I remember.
Michael Cottrell.
I remember Lorenzini.
Lorenzini was there.
Ron, right? Ron
Yep.
Lorenzini. Gosh.
Doug Anderson.
Doug Anderson, yeah.
Sorry, Dougie
Yeah.
Fresh.
Yeah, Dougie Fresh. Yeah, I remember that name. Oh, Dougie.
Dougie's out there throwing some motive equipment somewhere.
Sometimes you might want to ask Dougie about his trip to Las Vegas. We went to Las Vegas. The Nashville Network sent us out with Rock and Bowl for all the college teams. Yeah, I asked Dougie about the card tables at Las Vegas for that. Yeah, very interesting. We do have updated scores. Mike Spilar, obviously, plus 131. He's bowling in a different pattern the first two games. He started struggling, 3 opens. Now he's got a 4-bagger, so he's got another good game going here. Going to blow the field away. Jason Miller, plus 68. A.J. Roach, plus 46 after 2. Bill Crane, plus 41. I didn't think he shot 243 his second game. Did you guys? I don't know.
I didn't think he had that much out there.
I thought he only had 186.
Yeah.
So, not sure. Maybe because that wasn't his third game.
No.
Could have only been his second game.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Vu Duong. He was at plus 27.
Ooh. Nice.
He shot 244 his second game. Let's see who else we have. Chris Hartung shot 188 game 2. He's at plus 21. Chris Nunn was plus 21 going into this game. I'll have to take a gander at what he can shoot here. Also, we have Dwayne Burton at plus 19. Scotty Kramer at plus 13. Justin Flaw at plus 12. And then other notable names here. We've got another plus 12, plus 10. Cliff Dukes at plus 8. Craig Monroe at plus 3. That's a left-hander. A couple of left-handers bowling well. Aaron McCormick at plus 2. Ryan Sidney at plus 1. So then it all goes down from there. I do not see Eugene McHugh must have had a really bad game 2. You know what name I don't see is, I'm wondering how accurate these are.
Brian printed it off for me.
I'm not, well, here's the thing. TJ Schmidt went 213, 213, and he's not even on here.
Then Brian didn't.
So
Just disregard what we just said.
yeah. We know Schvilar's got 131 though, plus 131. That we know of. So I don't think those are accurate.
Well, that second game we were talking about Vu.
Yeah, Vu did
striking
not
out-
shoot 244.
He could only strike out for 193.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bill Crane shot 186. So we probably need to go back and let. So we don't even know what Chris Nunn shot.
I'll go see.
Unofficial.
Those are definitely unofficial. They're definitely unofficial. Anyway, Chris Nunn can strike out for 213 here. He's got the first one here in the 10th.
Oh,
Man, that's what you
crosses
want.
over for it. Hey, take that.
I couldn't miss that. I couldn't miss enough to get it to go right at the head pin.
He's plus. Hey, you beat your plus 2.
Richard Rich says he knows nothing about the mattress.
I have a picture in a photo album, Richard, that that's all the evidence I need. As Scott Scheimer has his hands folded with a old grin on his face like you wouldn't believe. He was so proud of that moment.
Jerry asked, was that a Beacon or a Chippewa?
I believe that was we did bull at Beacon. Well, that might have been at Chippewa, though.
Not too many lefties.
Two good old houses?
Yeah. I don't think, is Beacon around? I don't believe it is it?
I'm not sure. If somebody knows, they could let us know.
Yeah.
That's old Stankowitz's area.
Yeah.
Vilar with the strike.
I'll slap you. Let me slap you early tomorrow.
He's going to try to crack into a six-pack here with this next one in the 10th. I do love the fact that we have a beer sponsor in the PBA Tour. I love it.
I was going to mention that.
It's just it just goes hand in hand. I'm not stereotyping anyone, but there's nothing better than bowling league, hanging out with your buds, and drinking a few brews.
Right. I mean
it just goes hand in hand.
What sport has a beer frame? A beer whatever.
Yeah. Well, Chad's back.
Well, they had TJ down at like 185, and then I said, no, we think he had 213, 213. So Jeff pulled up the score sheets, that they turn in. Sure enough, 213 through 213. So they'll fix that. And they had just fixed Vu's score when I went in there.
There's
so
the six-bagger.
I guess we'll just wait for the
Six-pack.
final standings right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to give you any updated score right now because I'm not sure how accurate it's going to be.
Yeah, they're almost done too.
No Beacon. Beacon is no longer. Sorry to hear that.
That's what I thought. Okay, wait a minute. Hey, Don, it's Hoshaw. Hoshaw's the one he wants more commentary. Believe me, hey, he'd give it to you if you wanted it. I know.
But I'm saying, the camaraderie and people you meet, pipe fitters, mechanics, you get things done. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Absolutely.
Bowling, man, I've gotten to know.
Ooh.
Man, he carries everything.
Ooh. I don't know if we got that.
That was his third ball that game.
Feelar goes sheet. Throws a great set. 7:45.
Man, he just lapped the field.
Going into that 687 was tops.
And we thought for sure that was probably going to be.
No, I didn't know if anybody would shoot 690.
Yeah.
It's a great set. Well, especially to struggle early that game.
Yeah.
And find how many ball changes.
Yeah.
Right? To find the right fit and go sheet. He never gave up on it.
Yep. Okay, we're about done here. Several pairs in front of us done. Lanes 1 through 8 are done. 9 and 10. 11 and 12 wrapping up. So we're just about done here. Only maybe 6 or 7 pairs going.
Got a big game on 12. 206 in the 8th.
Ooh.
With the spare, yep. What is that, front 7?
Front 7.
There's been a couple of pairs right in here that
that's the area.
obviously I didn't hit any of those.
Unlucky draw there.
Yeah, I know.
I think
my problem is I drew one the first one and 3 the next one.
So
And you're also the wrong hand.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know, Chris Dunn just bowled
Yeah,
well.
true.
two-hander, loft,
Wow.
10 in the pit.
I'm telling you right now, if he bowled, that's Corey Hersha. Really good player. He's up from the Fort Wayne area. Wow. Angie giving us a hard time.
He still has a cookie left.
Yeah, I didn't finish my cookies. I'm savoring. I was making D'Andrea's drool over here, so.
Show 178, the toughest 178 of my life, so +4.
All right, TJ +4.
Should be enough.
No 9 space. There's no 9, period.
The problem was he got away from where you
got
were
away
at, Dave. He needed some help.
+4 is not a terrible number.
I would love to be +4.
I mean, yeah. So, see you tomorrow.
Chad, can you give that to Angie? There you go.
Cookies help.
Go ahead. To have Angie put that in the microwave for you. Just goes to show you, hand isn't everything right there, right?
No.
And he put plenty on that and still left the 2-4-10.
I think Hersha went sheet. Somewhere around the 250 range, 256 maybe.
Looks like he might be throwing a purple
Purple, two-handed.
with a jacket on. That's impressive.
Yeah.
With a hoodie type jacket.
Hoodie, windbreaker.
Yeah.
I couldn't bowl in sleeves. I just.
I can't. It just can't be a sweatshirt.
I don't know. I'd be tugging on that.
And it can't be tight fitting.
Right.
We'll be on the air tomorrow morning about 9:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Mike Albee will be in the booth with us at 9:30. Be looking forward to that.
Then a short break before we start the finals, probably between 11:30 and noon, I would guess.
So we're learning here that Chippewa is going to be installing all synthetics. And Jerry, yeah, thanks for coaching high school bowling. We appreciate it.
For sure.
And yeah, the wood lanes can be, yeah, they're lots of friction. Lots of friction. Wood lanes were great for urethane days. I know that.
Well, just remember how the balls just tracked up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get those. Well, then you went to Guardian, and then you get that little nicks
Yeah,
all
you
the way
get-
around your track. It just burned.
Yeah.
It's so much friction and
Well,
heat.
rocks would get lodged in the Guardian if you didn't keep your center clean.
Yeah.
And then you got even bigger like gouges.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Enjoy that snow. I hope you got a good sled, and a big hill.
If they can even get out of their house.
Maybe a toboggan.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, we'll stick around here for a few minutes past. We're probably not going to have the final results on this broadcast. We'll try to, if we get a chance, just go to the team app, and you'll find out the final scores. We're going to cut loose here once all the bowling is done, and it's been a long day. I know, Dave, you got to get back on a little 30-minute drive.
It's all right. Not bad.
Yeah.
Darson, if you're still watching, there's Braden there on the lane picking up the spare. Not sure what, maybe 14, lane 14 there. I'm not sure his numbers, but you get to get a look there.
I know one thing. There is a lot of tired individuals in this bowling center right now. And
A lot of guys.
Including us.
I'm one of them.
Well, hopefully I came in and interjected a little energy.
Yeah,
helps.
I'm excited. I wasn't sure how serious you took me, and great that you showed up.
Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I don't need 2 feet of snow.
Nope. The 2 inches or 3 inches we got
'Cause I'm nice.
Friday was
Yeah,
enough.
I need 2 feet of snow like I need a hole in the head. Which I probably already have one. I don't realize it yet. Sometimes, I see a lot of new faces this weekend bowling. You'd love to ask them what they thought. And
About a tournament like this. And
yeah,
this kinda
just how hard it is.
Yeah.
Right?
This atmosphere and
Now there's a phrase on the back of a shirt.
I saw that.
Pork and beans.
We know he eats.
Pork and beans. You don't see that on the back of a shirt very often.
Not very.
That's one thing I love about the jerseys.
Yeah.
You can put your own little things into them and have fun with them. And Vu always has some really creative jerseys. And
Rumor has it he has a really good one for tomorrow if he makes the cut.
well,
That's what somebody was telling me earlier.
I was it the one that said what oil pattern?
yeah.
Yeah, he's got that too. Yeah,
That was a good one.
yeah.
That's a good one for today.
Yes.
But today he was what, bringing the heat?
He was. Give him the heater, Ricky. Give them the heater, Ricky.
It's always fun to watch guys with different styles. Each bowler has their own DNA,
Yeah. Yeah.
bowling DNA.
Looks like 15 and 16 here throwing their last shots of the 10th frame. Well, the PTQ tomorrow for the U.S. Open. They're going to take 24 spots. Want to wish Bailey Maverick and Kevin McCune luck tomorrow. And several other Indianapolis guys bowling. Noel Vega. And like to see those guys
Caden
from
Russell.
Indianapolis. Yeah, Caden Russell. Like to see him do well. Here's our pork and beans right here. Oh, nope, Chad went away from it.
Picks up the spare.
He got the spare. You can just tell by body language that some guys they can't wait to be done.
They're gassed.
It's only 3 games, but you feel like it's a lot more than that if you're not bowling well.
Right.
Again, want to thank our sponsors for today's broadcast of the 2022 Indiana Masters here from Championship Lanes in Anderson, Indiana. Want to thank our sponsors, Big Four Socks, Pinheads Bowling and Entertainment in Fishers, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl in Lafayette, Motive Bowling, and obviously the Indiana State USBC. We want to thank our sponsors individually. We want to thank Coolwick for their help with us and partnering with us for our official apparel for Savage Bowling TV. You can go to Coolwick too and get your custom gear, jerseys, polos, quarter zips, jackets, sweatshirts, whatever you want, they've got it. Go in there, pick out what you want, and then when you get to checkout, put in the promo code Savage Bowling TV 10. You'll get 10% off your order. I want to thank our friends at Coolwick for that. Well, Dave, that looks like that wraps up the what was the 8:30 squad. We'll give it, 9:15?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time, we'll just put last squad.
Final.
Yeah.
Thanks
when
for
we're
having
not
me,
on time.
guys.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming out. We
Been
appreciate
fun.
you hanging
Yeah,
out.
definitely a surprise. Loved it.
Yeah, we
If I
hope
can,
you had a good time.
Maybe help you out with the high school.
Yeah.
Come up there, Fort Wayne.
Yeah, we'll be doing some stuff with that. I know Mike will be there too as well. So, yeah, if you're bored and you want to come on up and visit us,
Couple shows on that.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Yeah, we'll be.
Might have a little insight on a couple players.
Yeah, that would be always helpful. Well, anyway, scores will be posted on the team app, and we'll be back on the air tomorrow morning at 9:30 for round number 2. They'll bowl 2 games, and then we'll find out after those 2 games who are top 32 into single game double elimination format, and we'll have a champion here at the Indiana Masters tomorrow afternoon. For Chad Lester and good friend Dave Savage, Scott Gilmore, we thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow morning here on Savage Bowling TV. So long, everyone.